everybody, to this week's Point of View, which is a little bit different. I have been at many times a collector of sports cards, and something that's been gaining popularity is card breaks or card rips. Breaks are typically like big card boxes, and people will have like um, buy-ins for like in terms of sports cards anyway. I know they do it with like Pokemon and other types of cards, and I'm not as familiar with that whatsoever. But for sports cards, people will do like you can buy in for a specific team or specific players or different things like that. And then what I am gearing up to do, and this you could see the live video of it by the time um, this goes through, and I'll actually be this is what's going to follow this intro. But I'm going to be doing a rip video, which is just taking like normal packs of cards and seeing what you get. I've had some requests to do this. I am going to get people on the show to talk about the sports card collecting phenomenon and hobby a little bit more in depth than I can, since I've collected cards, but I've never been like doing rips and breaks and all this good stuff. So it's exciting. People ask me to do it, so hopefully they join live. Otherwise, sadness will prevail, but I'll still be okay. But that's what's kind of going on. So it's a little bit different than my normal Point of View episodes where I'm just directly interviewing. I'm just going for the experience and then pointing it out and seeing what goes down. I'm recording this on Sunday, which is the first day of spring training games. So baseball seems very thematically appropriate, and we'll see what we get. We'll see if hopefully some good cards come up. I have, had some good openings in the past. I was digging through some of my my old cards, and apparently had a Ronald Cuny first Bowman yellow parallel card, which is cool. Ronald Cuny Jr., obviously one of the young stars in baseball right now. I had a signed green refractor Bowman Chrome Freddie Peralta card, which is super cool. And I found a Bowman Chrome prospect card for Washington Nationals outfielder Juan Soto. So that's pretty cool. So like when you find stuff like this and you find things that are a little bit different, eBay is really good for comps or comparisons in terms of for what cards like sell. And, I throw stuff on eBay. Because it's a good side hustle, right? When I open these packs of Topps 2021 today, I will be putting them directly in. I've had these probably for 5-10 years at this point. These little Ultra Pro card sleeves. They're UV protectant. They're acid. They protect against like acid stuff, like from your fingertips. So they're a good safe place to put cards until I penny sleeve and top load them. And so when people talk about that, there's like these really, you can't see it. There's like these super thin sleeves that you can pop cards into. And then the top loaders are these like heavy plastics that kind of help them make sure that you're not bending them and doing things like that. So that is just like the quickest crash course and overview from what I understand. So hopefully, we pull some good cards. If you watched this live, hopefully that was good. Hopefully anyone watched it live. But it's still exciting. I love baseball. Card collecting has always been a super fun hobby for me. And we'll see how it goes. So I know this is super different. We'll get back to the interview soon. But till then, enjoy this Point of View experience, right, with Topps baseball cards. All right, everybody. It is noon. And make this bigger. I have not done a live video before, so this should be interesting. All right, so it's noon. We are doing these Topps Baseball Series 1 openings. Hopefully we're joining on this. I've been asked by a few people to do it, so if you couldn't, join live, maybe watching the video after the fact, and I will kind of package this on Tuesday for a Point of View episode. So I am definitely excited to get going on this in a second. I know one or two of you asked to hold up for a sec, so we'll see who joins in a minute, and then we will get to opening the two packs. So we got somebody in here already. Hi. So this is my first foray into doing a card rip. I've never opened any of these before. I've collected Topps and Bowman for, I don't know, 10, 15 years. Showed some of the previous cards that I've gotten in some of these packs, like just to give you an idea of what comes in here. I've had a Bowman Chrome top prospect card for Juan Soto. Definitely a young star outfielder for the Washington Nationals, so locally popular, as I'm in Richmond, Virginia. I got a Bowman Chrome Refractor, Freddie Peralta, which has a green parallel. The signed cards are cool to get. Freddie's a decent pitcher for the Milwaukee Brewers. And the jewel of anything I've ever opened, I have the first ever Bowman. Wow. Yeah, after a couple White Claws, right? The first ever Bowman card for Ronald Cuny, which is a yellow parallel card. So it's a variant of the normal card, and it's his first card, so that's kind of cool to get. When I open cards today, they'll be going into Ultra Pro sleeves. I've always used them for my collection. They're UV protection from the sun, and they offer some acid protection, because your fingers, track a little bit of acid, can damage the cards a little bit. So without further ado, let's rip and see what we got in here. We'll be ripping like this so you can actually see it, because I don't think it'd be great to just like play around in my lap, as awesome as that sounds. So let's see what we got. I'm gonna look at the screen here to focus on what I'm doing. And sweet tearing of the cards, right? So I am going to hold it up for you and then take a look and see what we got. So this is obviously upside down, so that's cool. They're all upside down. So we just got a base card of Matt Shoemaker from the Toronto Blue Jays. That's going to be kind of an average card. He's a decent pitcher, but these Topps cards are actually pretty cool looking. I like the artwork on them. I like the little, kind of slashes on them. The next base card that I have in my hand here is more exciting. I know a lot of people are going to be gunning for this man. Fernando Tatis Jr., holder of the massive contract extension he just got from the San Diego Padres. Tatis is, arguably one of the top 3-5 stars in the league. So cool to get this sweet base card of Tatis. Another California favorite we got next. We're going to Matt Olson of the Oakland Athletics. Matt Olson is, one of the top two players on the team. Him and Matt Chapman. So cool to get kind of another young star. Again, base card, so nothing's like particularly special about it. We're going straight to another Oakland Athletic here. Sean Mckay, starting pitcher. Mckay is a pretty decent pitcher. I know I'm just saying like brief things. He's an exciting starter to watch. He's one of the better pitchers on the A's. Next card, so when I collect, my personal collection, my PC is Yankees cards. So I'm happy to get this card of Aroldis Chapman, one of the best closers in Major League Baseball. Definitely a massive weapon for the New York Yankees. So definitely going to hold on to this. I sell or trade or do other things with these other cards, so I'm only like super interested in, like, I'll keep my Yankees cards. Everything else, like if anybody has a hankering for anything or wants anything, definitely let me know. I do keep my Yankees cards. So this next card that I pulled is actually super interesting. Tampa Bay Rays future star card for Brandon Mckay. He's a young starting prospect that they have, and definitely a cool card when you get like the future stars or first cards or anything that's kind of a little bit different. So could be a good card to hold on to. Next card. Did he leave the Cubs? I don't remember. Tyler Chatwood. Tyler Chatwood, I remember him from his time on the Rockies. He's a good middle of the rotation type starter. So that's a cool card. Next up, Ronald Cuny Jr., ladies and gentlemen, as we just mentioned. So this is his base card for this top set. So that's pretty cool. This next card, my eyes got a little bigger. I would have to look into this. Definitely interesting since he was on the move. We have a Bowman Chrome. It's a facsimile signature for Nolan Arenado. So that's a pretty cool card. So that's a nice little pickup. I would definitely have to check comps for that, see what it is. But that's a nice card. That's a pretty card. It's they definitely went ham on the green and gold there, so that's kind of interesting. But I like it. That's a good looking card. We got a World Series 2020 card. Interested in this. I like the artwork on that too. And that is Mookie Bats. So we got a 2020 World Series Mookie Bats. Mookie's another just fantastic player. I absolutely hated him when he played on the Boston Red Sox, but that's mostly because of the talent level that's there versus anything wrong with the guy. He's phenomenal to watch. I'm definitely friends with a lot of peeps on the West Coast, and they love having Mookie out there. So props to them. This next card, I can't tell if this is a facsimile or maybe the back will tell me because I haven't had a card like this. But Dylan Carlson of the St. Louis Cardinals. It's kind of got a little. I honestly think it's a facsimile signature. So that's kind of a cool little card to pull. It is his rookie card, so he's somebody to watch out for. As I have this card like cockeyed. He's an outfielder. I've heard a lot of great things about him. He's definitely somebody to look out for. So getting this rookie card, that's a good card to pull. I'm excited about that. Next up, we have in this poll John Means of the Baltimore Orioles, starting pitcher. My Orioles fans, I think he's a bright spot for you guys in an otherwise desolate team. I'm not trying to pile on the Orioles, but John Means is a good pitcher, a good base card. Got another decent base card coming out after him. We have Lucas Giolito from the totally revamped Chicago White Sox. The White Sox, I think, are going to be cream of the crop in the AL Central this year. I think the Twins will still be good, but I think the White Sox are the team to beat. They made a lot of additions in the offseason, so that's exciting. Next card is a base, Freddie Galvez. I think he's a free agent. He signed somewhere. I don't remember exactly where he signed. Everything kind of like spins right past me when I'm not like anticipating who to grab, but that's a nice looking base card. We got bases for the rest. We got outfielder Jacoby Jones from the Detroit Tigers. That's a cool card. And lastly, we got a Future Stars card for pitcher Justin Dunn from the Seattle Mariners. So the Mariners always do a wonderful job of if they have somebody that's young and promising, he'll probably be gone in a season or two. That's how it goes, right? All right, so that was Pack 1. I think the biggest pulls, honestly, from Pack 1 were the rookie card for just Dylan Carlson and this chrome with the facsimile signature for Nolan Arenado. So that was decent hauls. The final pack, right? That's what we got. One pack left. What do we got? All right, so we have a Topps card of D. Strange Gordon, the former just D. Gordon. Did just add the Strange part of his name. I think that was in honor of his mother. I could be totally off base and wrong on that, but that's a cool card to get. Back for base Yankees for myself. We have Glaber Torres. Glaber, definitely one of my favorite players on the Yankees. Fantastic shortstop. Up next, we have Josh Donaldson of the Minnesota Twins, third baseman. Donaldson, always having a good season. He'll probably have a nice bounce back from Minnesota. Like I said previously, I expect Minnesota to be in the thick of it for the Twins, and the Twins will be competing heavily with the Indians for the AL Central. Next up, we have outfielder Avisail Garcia from the Milwaukee Brewers. That's a cool card to get. We got a team card. I know a lot of my friends are big Braves fans. We pulled a team Atlanta Braves card. It's got a lot of stats on the back in terms of overall how everybody's doing and everything. Team cards are always kind of fun to pull, and you got a lot of what they did in 2020. Longest home run from Acuna, ERA leaders, wins leaders, RBI leaders from Ozuna, home run leader Ozuna, batting average leader Freeman. So that's kind of a cool snapshot. Guy looks like a coach wearing a mask, so that's definitely a good snapshot in time. Another team card for the Minnesota Twins. Same type of deal. Batting average leader Cruz, home run leader Cruz, RBIs Eddie Rosario, wins Kenta Maeda, and Randy Dobnak. I remember Randy Dobnak well in the playoffs. The Yankees chanted Uber at him because he also had a job as the Uber driver. don't hate people for having side gigs, man. He's, just early on in career. Another team guard. This time for the Colorado Rockies. Home run leader Trevor Story, RBI leader Charlie Blackmon. Wins and ERA both go to Antonio Senzatella. If I butchered your name, I do apologize because I know you're probably watching. Longest home run, Matt Kemp. Oh yeah, Matt Kemp was a Rocky last year. That's interesting. Definitely getting a lot of these team cards. Another Yankees card for me in Brett Gardner. Did not think Brett was going to rejoin the team this year. Very, very happy they signed him in the offseason, as long as that doesn't mean him taking at bats away from Clint Frazier. Gardy's a fantastic veteran. Happy to keep him. But again, this man should not be playing every day. Love you, Gardy. Glad to have the card. This is a cool card for the Rays. Again, a base card. Austin Meadows. Austin Meadows was one of the first players that the Pirates traded away that did not really work out for, not the first player they traded away, but in terms of recent history with a lot of the big trades they made. He's proven himself to be a good outfielder. He's excelled in the Rays organization. Next card is cool. It's kind of like a classic design. It is actually a 35th anniversary Topps card of Jacob Degrom, the Degrominator. Brett, if you're watching, I know he's a big Mets fan, so that's an interesting card. I would have to check what the comps end up being on that. It doesn't have any type of, it's not numbered or anything, so it's probably just an alternate design for them. Another one of we mentioned him last video because we pulled Olsen, but we have sort of that signed looking card for Matt Chapman. Chapman is definitely one of the best third basemen in Major League Baseball, one of the top players Oakland has before they probably end up trading him away. So that's kind of a cool card to get. We're almost out of this pack. Baltimore Orioles are going to be huge in this next couple of cards. Anthony Santander, switch hitting outfielder. I like the guy. I'm sure he'll end up on a different team sooner rather than later, as all Orioles with promise are. Got some decent pop to him. That's a good looking card. I like kind of the little hexagon shapes on the side. No crossover with WandaVision? No. Hunter Harvey, reliever. Another Oriole player. Just kind of another cool looking little base card. Here's another good player, up and comer for the Chicago White Sox. We got Danny Mendick, second baseman. Again, a lot of high hopes for the Chicago White Sox this season. And before we head to this last card, which another good player, getting a lot of good Padres base cards here. Oh, it's not the last card. There's one more behind him. But Mike Clevenger, that big acquisition last year that the Padres had from the Cleveland Indians, and he's on the IL. He's recovering, but the Padres, if they don't get it done this year, I think there's a nice little window for the Padres to be highly competitive. And the last card, where would we be without a Houston Astro in the form of Alex Bregman? Don't like the Astros. Someone bang a trash can for him. It's hard for me to completely hate Bregman. I know he's a little smarmy sometimes, but dude wears number 2 for Derek Jeter. Dude is a Jew like myself. So always a little bit of like for Alex Bregman. So if I had to pull an Astro, it's definitely where it's at. So I only had the 2 packs. As you may have noticed, finding cards is super, super inconvenient right now, as there's 900 collectors and things and resellers and all that. Only tips I can find is try to venture into your local Walmarts and Targets and what have you when you can, and try and get an idea of when they might stock. A lot of Targets now have limits on what you can buy, like 3 card packs, boxes, hangers, all that good stuff. And other than that, if you pull some cool stuff, take some pictures. It's always nice to see. If anybody, wants to trade or do anything with the cards I just pulled, and I predominantly have bases. So when I say base, they're just kind of like the, like literally the base cards. There's nothing like particularly special. They're common cards. Going to hopefully in the next week or two have a guest that has a channel that specifically deals with not just necessarily baseball, but card breaks and openings and reselling, and might have more insight on this phenomenon, because I talk about anything pop culture. So right now cards are big again. I always like them, so it's interesting to me. And, hopefully this was the first video I ever did where I opened a bag or anything. So thank you for bearing with me in terms of the suspense of what we're going to pull. And hopefully you enjoyed that. If it's something that, you guys liked, I can definitely get more packs or open a box or something a little bit more substantial than this quick go around with these packs. But thank you very much. Watch some baseball today, and then keep catching episodes of Point of View. Thanks.